Hey everyone, welcome back to my Logic Pro 11 sidechaining techniques course. In this video, I want to show you how to use the external sidechain input along with the envelope follower in Alchemy to create some really cool sound design. I know in the intro to this course, I said that I wasn't going to be covering many of Logic's instruments in terms of their sidechain input. And while Alchemy does have a sidechain input, there are other instruments that have this. The ES1 has it, the ES2 has it, the Evoc 20 has it. That's how you get your voice into the Evoc 20 since it's a vocoder. Sampler has this, Sculpture has this, and Ultrabeat has this. However, since Alchemy seems to be the most modern of all of these instruments, we'll use Alchemy for this video, but a lot of the techniques I'm showing you here in Alchemy can also be used in these other instruments. For my musical example, I've got a synth bass, a synth string pad, and let's give this a listen as is. Both the bass and strings are Alchemy instruments, and right now you can see that the envelope follower is just following the internal sidechain of the bass. For now, I'm just going to mute the synth string pad, and we'll come back to that track in just a bit. So the way this works is you can have an external sidechain source control really any of the parameters inside of Alchemy. So you can apply modulation with a sidechain source. This is very similar to how we've used the envelope followers and some other effects plugins in previous videos. It's just now in Alchemy, we have a ton of different controls we can work with. So let's say, for example, I want the kick drum from this drum beat to modulate the filter or some other parameter in Alchemy. What you need to do is go up to the sidechain input and select that sidechain source. So I'm going to go to Instrument. Here's the kick drum. And then you have to go to the envelope follower and make sure that the envelope follower is following the sidechain input, not the master post effects output, the sidechain input. And so now when I play this back, you'll see that kick drum show up here in the envelope follower. And so I really love this about Alchemy because the visualization really helps with setting up modulation effects. But we're not hearing the kick drum trigger any effects yet because we haven't assigned the envelope follower to a parameter within Alchemy. So for example, let's say we want this to go to the cutoff frequency of filter 1. I'm going to select that parameter, and down here you'll see all of the modulation sources that are paired with that target. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go through and turn all of these off because I only want the envelope follower to control this. And now you'll see it's just a regular cutoff frequency. There's no orange bar around it showing that it's just a static modulation control. Okay, so how do we get the envelope follower to make this move? Well, we're going to add it as a modulation source. So let's turn on a modulation source, click here, go down to envelope follower, select envelope follower 1. Indeed, we are using envelope follower 1 here, and let's see what happens. So every single time that kick hits, the cutoff frequency is opening up. And we can roll the depth down into the negative for the inverse effect. Now, if you're not hearing any effect, make sure that you are dialing in the depth for that source, and also make sure that the smooth parameter is not pulled all the way up, because sometimes that can smooth out the modulation a bit. Now, in addition to the modulation controls, you also have some additional controls here in the envelope follower, just like in some of the other plugins we looked at. You have an attack time, a release time, and a scale, which is essentially like the depth. So if I wanted that filter to open quicker, I could pull down the attack and release. Or if I wanted that to be more gradual, I could pull out the release time a bit. And if I want less drastic of an effect, a lower depth, I can pull down the scale knob. And you're also not limited to just one parameter, and you're also not limited to just one envelope follower. So for example, let's say I want the resonance of the filter to also be affected by the kick. I'll just select that parameter, come down to the modulation router. I'll make sure to remove this existing modulation source. We'll go to envelope follower 1, make sure that's turned on, and dial in the settings to taste. But the thing is, we're doing all of this on envelope follower 1. What if I want the envelope follower settings to be slightly different for one of these modulation effects? Well, I could create another envelope follower. So here on the resonance, instead of using envelope follower 1, maybe I'll choose a new envelope follower, and now I have envelope follower 2, and that's going to have its own independent controls. Now, right now, it's just following the internal sidechain source, but let's go ahead and use the sidechain input as our source. So I'm using the resonance here just to get a little bit of like a snarl out of the filter sweep. And again, you can switch back and forth between envelope follower 1 and envelope follower 2 here, and you can see each one has its own settings. The only thing you can't do is you can't have multiple sidechain inputs. That would be really cool, but Alchemy does not have that yet. Okay, let's mute the bass and let's move on to the synth strings. For the strings, let's use the hi-hats as a sidechain input source. So I'll go to Instrument. Let's use hi-hat 3 for this. And I'll create an effect that's similar to what we did with the auto filter and fat effects. So to route that up, I'm going to go to the envelope follower, make sure that it is following the sidechain input of the hi-hat. Let's go ahead and make sure that all of the oscillators are over on the filter 1 side. So you don't want them going to filter 2, filter 1. Let's turn off filter 2, since we're not going to use it. And then let's click on the cutoff frequency of filter 1. You can see there's 2 sidechain sources here, so I'll turn those off. And just like before, now I have a cutoff frequency that will just function like any other low-pass filter. So with that knob selected, I can assign the envelope follower to that knob and then dial in a setting that works. So once again, you can do things like that. Again, very similar to what we did with auto filter. Let's choose a more interesting patch though. Let's go to browse. Let's go to arpeggiated and let's choose the bright majestic waves patch. Let's go back to advanced and let's give this a listen. I'm going to turn off oscillators C and D because these are kind of deeper sounds that I think are going to run into the bass a little bit. A and B are brighter sources. I'm also going to make sure that these are both routing to filters 1 and 2. And then I'm going to click on each one of these filter blends and make sure that there are no modulation sources paired to those. And I'll make sure these are all the way over on filter 1, just like we did before. I can go ahead and turn off filter 2 because we're not going to use it. And then I just want to make sure that the filters are routed up to effects main, and we'll put this in serial. So once again, just a standard high pass filter here, although there are some modulation sources on this. So let's go ahead and pull those off. Okay, so let's use the hi-hat again, and we've already got that routed up here in the sidechain source. Let's go to the envelope follower, make sure that we are following the sidechain input, and then we'll click on the cutoff, and we will make sure that the envelope follower is controlling the cutoff frequency of the filter. And right now, I don't think I want to use a high pass, though. I think I want to use a low pass. So let's grab one of these low pass filters. And one thing I mentioned before is if you're not hearing the effect and you've got the depth up, make sure to check this smooth parameter and pull it down. So that's a much cooler effect because we've got like an arpeggiator going on in there along with the rhythmic effect from the sidechain. Yeah, so the thing I love about this is that the sky is really the limit. Any parameter inside of Alchemy can be modulated this way using the envelope follower and any sidechain input source you like. Again, it can be a software instrument, it can be drums, it can be a drum loop, it could be a vocal, it could be any audio source. So this is a great way to make the elements of your song sort of play with each other and lead off of each other by serving as each other's sidechain sources for modulation effects. So that's how you can use the sidechain input and the envelope follower in Alchemy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel to see more content like this. As always, thank you so much for the support and thanks for watching.